What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another C.R.K.C race, go-karting race day. Today is race number 4. The reason I'm recording in my car is because I'm a tad bit late, and the second I get to the track, I'm gonna have to sign up, jump in my race suit, and probably jump on track. So I'm not gonna have time to make an intro, so this is gonna be my intro. Last three events, we've had pretty successful days. Finishing 2 seconds with a pole and a third. So I've been on the podium for 3 races in a row. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going, right? I've been feeling great in the kart. It's been a very good year so far. Better than I expected. I was expecting to just be mid-pack full season. I guess I am kind of mid-pack, still kind of whatever, but we're doing okay. We're doing much better than I thought we'd do. Like I said, I was expecting to be more mid-pack, like maybe 4th and 5th, because last season there was a lot of races I didn't finish, so I thought maybe this year I could improve by just, you know, coming 4th consistently, or 5th, or even 6th, or at least finishing races consistently. Yeah, so today should be a good race. I'm feeling really good. It's a warm day, so it's not going to be anything crazy, so it shouldn't be any weird track conditions. Also, it should be the regular formation, shouldn't be reverse, so I'm pretty good with that formation lately. I should be pretty good, so I'm not worried about that too much. It is Saturday, so all the big shots will probably be here today, so a lot of quick guys, a lot of fast guys. Again though, but I have gained some weight, so I am in like an upper, a little bit higher of a group, so I'm not with like the super fast guys. Last week I ended up being in group 4, and I was like one of the lighter guys in the group. I gained like 8-ish pounds over the winter. So I used to be like 131, now I weigh like 137, 138-ish. So about 7-8 pounds I gained. So surprisingly, that jumped me up quite a bit, because the first group's like 120-ish pounds, like 130 pounds. So that kind of pushed me out right away. So I am with a little bit heavier guys, but I'm like one of the lighter of the heavier-ish guys, because it gets really consistent once you pass 150. It's kind of weird. If I can take a photo of like the standings or like the groups afterwards, I can show you like how close the weights are for everybody. We're just about to hit the track. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to run to the stand to sign up for the day, and then jump in my suit, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, which order, but I'm gonna have to boogie, because they already started, and I'm gonna have to hurry up. Hopefully I get at least 2 practice sessions. I'll probably get only 1, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see you in a bit. Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Okay, welcome everybody to race number 4, or my race number 4. Before we get into the race, we have to do the most important stuff, which is practice. We're getting to practice number 1 to make sure we can get ready for the day. Now, instantly after the warm-up lap, coming to turn 1, my big issue that I'm still kind of struggling with is the seat slid back quite a bit. It's been happening quite a lot lately, and I don't remember if it happens in the future videos as well, but that was like the first thing that I noticed right away. As you can see, I'm trying to like adjust it with my hand, maybe try to shove it in or some sort, but it doesn't really work, and I almost go off course in turn 5 trying to screw around with it. But I think luckily for the rest of this session, the cart actually doesn't, the chair doesn't actually move, so it's kind of in an awkward position for me, but it's kind of something I can just kind of deal with it. It's like it's not way too far that I'm sitting on the little bulge in the middle that is like, it hurts to drive on that, especially if you go over like a corner or something and you jump up, you hit right on your tailbone, and that is not fun. Here we are coming to turn 1. I was kind of really slow, not really able to take proper lines or anything, and as we're passing the back marker, Joey saw the opportunity. I was like, well, Lucas is kind of slow, so we're just gonna jump right in front of him and not worry about him anymore, which was kind of a good thing. I kind of wanted him to pass me just so like I wouldn't have to worry about him anymore, and I didn't want to slow him down from having practice for the day as well, right? Because, you know, in practice you don't really want to slow anybody down. You kind of just want to do your thing, learn the course and stuff like that. But if people are going out for like proper laps, getting good sessions and stuff like that, that's not the right word to use, sessions. But yeah, if people are going out doing some good laps and they're really getting the groove of things, you really shouldn't get in front of them. It's kind of just like a I don't want to say respect. That makes it sound more important than it is. But you kind of just want to, you know, let people by, especially in practice. Well, practice, and then especially in qualifying, because qualifying at that point you're not really doing anything. You're just slowing yourself and everybody else around you, which I guess is a strategy in itself. But you're better off really just trying to get a faster lap, because if you need to slow people down in qualifying, you're probably not going to be able to pass them in the race, and they'll probably be able to deal with you later on, and it's not a good idea, because you're only able to stop like 2 or 3 people, and the rest of the people will be able to get good laps, and then all it really does is slow you down. And I know I'm kind of reiterating this, but no one really intentionally does this. Also, I didn't mention, sorry for the bad camera angle. I guess when I put the camera on my helmet, I wasn't able to, like, I didn't push it all the way up to get like a decent view. I think I ended up fixing it for the race. Unfortunately, I think qualifying is still this problem, which isn't the biggest issue. It's just kind of annoying watching this. And actually, if you notice me going the straights, I actually had to readjust my seat once again, but I really couldn't really fix it. And then in turn 4, I got a little bit too hot, and since I'm in an odd seating position, I wasn't able to really fix it, and I go off course just a bit. Well, more than just a bit. I think I go 4 wheels off, or maybe it's 3 and like a quarter, but I go pretty off, and it's never fun going off because it's kind of a hard bump, and it's not good for the cart, and it doesn't feel good on your back, and also you get the tires dirty. So once they're dirty, you kind of screwed for a couple corners until you can be able to scrub off the sand and dirt that's on your tires and any little rocks that it may pick up. The tires aren't crazy sticky. Like, I think they're just basic tires. I don't think they're that crazy of a racing slick or anything like that. They are slicks, which is kind of crazy, but it's kind of odd to race on slicks too, especially in like the rain. It's really weird. I know I touched on that the last year. Racing on slicks in the rain is kind of a different feeling. You really have to really look for where the grip is and stuff like that, but that's not important right now because there's no rain. But then again, we're just practice. Nothing really crazy is happening. I think I'm following a guy here, just trying to pass him. I think I'm getting frustrated because like I mentioned before, it normally lets you pass. And I guess in practice, again, I think I mentioned this last time, it's kind of almost a good thing to, not a good thing, but it's kind of almost like you can't really blame people for like trying to defend, because I guess it is practice and they're trying to learn how to defend. And it's a good thing for me as well, trying to learn how to make passes on people on course. So if I'm able to pass them in practice, I'll definitely be able to pass them in the race. Even though in practice, I'd say like 60 or 70% of the people that you're in practice with, usually you won't be racing, because it's kind of a big group of people that you're with. It's the way they, essentially from what I understand, is they kind of just get the list of everybody that's there for the day, and they just kind of put in order of whoever showed up first gets in line first. But yeah, that is pretty much practice 1 and 2. There's not much more for me to say. I kind of just rambled on about a bunch of cool things here, but yeah, let's go to Lucas afterwards, and we'll jump into qualifying after that.
Alright, so we just finished practices 1 and 2. Don't mind my hair, it's kind of an absolute disaster. And second, I got this new neck protector. I used it last race, and I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, but I actually like it quite a bit. I don't know if I mentioned it last race or not, I'm not sure, but I really do like it. It makes me able to like actually move my head. I can actually turn and see what's going on, so I like it a lot. Anyways, practice 1 and 2 went pretty okay. Practice 1 was really like, I don't know what it was. I was very like, I don't know if I was nervous, if I was, because I was just like, felt like terrible. Like, I couldn't drive the car. I felt like I had no grip, but I felt like it wasn't even my fault. Like, there was times when I had grip. I just think I was driving kind of like bad. That's all it was really. Practice 2 felt like fantastic. So someone was telling me like cart number 80 was kind of bad, low power. I didn't really notice the low power, but it definitely had a lot of grip. And honestly, if I had that cart, I wouldn't mind it in the race. So I kind of hope I get cart 80. I might bite my words later, but who knows? Or bite my tongue later. Is that the saying? Not sure. We'll figure it out after. For practice 1 and 2, I've had the same problem so far with the seat sliding back. I can't figure out why. I'm trying my best to like shove it in to make sure it stays into the slot so it doesn't slide back, but I'm having kind of a tough problem. When I go to qualifying, I might ask one of the people that work here to like help me out, to help me out to make sure it's actually in and it doesn't make me slide out afterwards. I'm not sure if it's like an actual problem with the chairs, but a lot of people seem to have this problem. But sometimes I don't have it. Anyways, I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna try to make sure it stays in. I think we have qualifying next, not sure, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's jump into qualifying after this.
Alright, now this is the one of the most important parts of the day, besides the actual race itself. This is qualifying. Now, I don't have to really explain why qualifying is so important. Qualifying is where you get your position for the starting grid, and it's one of the most important things of the day, because you want a good start, especially on such a short track with very tough overtaking points, and with such a short race as well. Usually these races are about 7 to 10 laps, depending on the day and the amount of people are there. For the most part, I'd say there's usually 10 laps, or 8 laps per race. I think that's very fair for most of the time whenever you're here. Now, this is our first out lap. This is not the out lap, this is our actual first hot lap, but as you can see, I had to pass a back marker, and I kind of made a mistake in turn 6. So this lap is kind of a dud. I'm not able to get like the actual lap times, because you can't see how many laps you do. You can only see your fastest lap, so I kind of just quickly numbered off what I got on the laps. My first lap I got around a 39.6, so it was kind of slow, not that great. lap number 2, we're actually doing pretty well. We're coming in pretty hot. We pretty much go quicker and quicker every lap, more or less. Now, these are just generic times. Again, like I said, I'm not really going to have the proper lap time numbers. I'm just kind of numbering which is faster, that I can show you my actual fastest lap of the day. Actually, from what I see, what I timed is actually quite off of what I actually got, so we just kind of know what lap was my quickest. That's kind of how I can pretty much number it off. But lap number 2, we got about a 38.3, so we're about 3/10 up, which is good. 38 is still pretty, 38.3s aren't too bad. Depending on the day, it's not slow, but it's not quick. In reality, even on like kind of a rough day, you really do want a high 37. I feel like that is a very competitive time, especially on a decent day. Today was actually a pretty good day for temps and track conditions. So high 37s really should have been there. I was just really off. Again, I don't think I got really good enough practice with the seat flying back and stuff always, so I wasn't really warmed up. Also, I believe my seat flies back in qualifying as well. I don't know. I have to double check afterwards. That lap there was about a 38.1, so that was not bad. Again, that's another 2/10 up, so I am improving every time, which is good. Again, these times aren't really exact, so I'm not sure. Here again, we hit another back marker, but we were able to go around quite quickly. It didn't really affect our racing line much or at all, so that was kind of helpful into turn 5. So into turn 6, we hit the apex pretty solid. Actually, we don't do a terrible job there. Really like my way there. Turn 7, A and B, we do it all right. Not too bad. Not too much slip. Not too much, lag, but we do pretty good. The last turn, I feel like I never really do properly. I have to really switch it up. But with this lap here, we get a 37.8, which is actually wrong. But yeah, we'll see you after this.
Okay, so we just got out of qualifying, and to be honest with you, if the kart felt fantastic, but the same issue with the kart sliding back happened. I even asked the guy to help me set it up, and it still kind of slid back one notch. So I'm gonna try again to ask him, hey, just make sure it gets in, just give it a nice whack with a hammer or something. I don't know. We're gonna try. But I did. So results, I qualified 3rd. I'll show you quickly on my phone, but I'll put a screenshot up here as well. I don't know if you can see it. It's backwards, but it's okay. Yeah, so I qualified 3rd with a 38.0, and I'm 6/10 off the guy in first. That guy Joey. So if you remember Joey from last year, he's really quick. I'm 6/10, I think 6. Yeah, so he has a 37.4, so I'm 6/10 off him. So I'm really excited. I feel really quick in that kart. So as long as the kart doesn't slide back, I'm hoping I'm not gonna bite my tongue or knock on wood or touch steel, whatever it is. I think I can do pretty well. The guy behind me is like a 1/10 and a half off of me, or maybe even less. So he's gonna be pretty quick as well. I'm only about I'm 2/10, just about 2/10 behind the guy in front of me. So hopefully I can keep up with the guy in front of me and not let the guy pass me. I think we can hold the 3rd place today. I'm gonna try to get 2nd. First gonna be tough, but we'll try to get 1st. Always try to get 1st, but yeah, I'm gonna cool down, I'm gonna calm down. I'm actually in group 1, so everyone here is like way lighter than me. I think I'm the 2nd heaviest guy here. So me qualifying 3rd isn't too bad. I think honestly, if I was able to clean up my driving a little bit, I'd be able to qualify a little better. But we'll try better. We'll try next time. I did get a 37.0 once here, but I think that was on a hot day with that track event thing happening during the middle of the day. So that like a pristine event, whatever it is. But anyways, let's calm down. Let's drink some water, get ready for the race, and hopefully we can get a podium. We'll see. See you in a bit.
Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is race time. I don't know if I timed that properly. I hope I did, because it will come up pretty nice if I timed it properly, but we'll see. Here we are, we're just going for our outlap. But again, not really important to do nothing really here, because you can't warm up tires, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, here we are around the last turn, and we punch it for the race going. There's the green flag, and we are excited to go. I kind of just give myself a little bit of nudge just to let the car give it a little bit of momentum to go. I see all the quick guys pretty much do that, so I was kind of like, well, it can't really hurt to do it and try that out. Into turn 4, pretty much turn 1 for the race, 'cause that's where like the first times people are actually able to lap you, because if you guys don't remember, I'll just reiterate it, you're not allowed to pass on turn 1 on the opening lap of the race. But after that, everything's fair game, you can go for it. I actually go over the curb a little bit too much there on turn 4, I think it was, or turn 5, so a little bit sketchy there. So whatever, we're gonna get back into it. We are losing a little bit of pace to the guys in 1st and 2nd, but hopefully they can fight just a little bit to let us get back in the race and maybe consider fighting for 2nd and possibly the 1st place. I don't really like to count myself out for 1st, but I try to be like a realist, or not pessimist, what's the word? I try to be realistic with myself. Like, I know my quality of racing, my ability is the word to use, and I'm not at Joey's level just yet. I can kind of keep up with him here and there depending on the day, and even other guys. Like there's this other guy Daniel who's much older, but he's like an absolute alien. If you know like anything about sim racing, he's very, very quick. But yeah, these guys are just quick. I just try to be realistic with myself. I know I am improving quite quickly and quite good, but there's a lot of stuff I need to improve on. This is only my second season of like actually racing wheel to wheel, let alone like go-karting. So I know I have a lot to learn, and I feel like I have a good start at the things here, but we have a lot to learn. As you can see, the guys in second and first are slowly kind of running away, but coming into turn 5 here, I am able to, or turn 6 should I say, I was able to keep up. Before I was giving myself a little bit of a nudge coming out of that corner. Apparently that's like a really good thing to do there, because you are coming up kind of slowly and it kind of helps the cart rev up a bit and get past them. Here we actually are coming against our first back marker, and I was like, if I don't get around this back marker before turn 1 here, I'm screwed and I'm not going to be able to keep up with him. So I was able just to get on the outside of him. I think we bumped just slightly, but we both got away with it okay, so it kind of worked out. So I was able to actually keep up with them and stay in the race. So that was the most important thing, was to stay in the race. Maybe someone can make a mistake. It's very unlikely that they will. As you can see, like they're hitting all the corners pretty properly, and there I am doing the little lunge forward to give the cart a little bit of momentum. I try to do it up the hill here, just to like anything to give me a little bit of momentum to keep up with these guys, because I need every little hundredth or thousandth of a second to keep up with these guys. So I'm trying to get that done. But like I said, we're keeping up with them, because if we get behind a back marker, we're screwed. We won't be able to catch them after that. We kind of really need to keep our momentum up and stay right behind them. As you can see, we're about like, I'd say 2 carts away from the guy in second, and then I'd say like 7 or 8 carts behind the guy in first, but we're all right beside each other. He's not really running away with it, they're just kind of keeping their spot to us. And in turn 5, if I was actually like, but looking back at my footage quite often, turn 5 seems to be like my biggest like heel. If I can figure out how to properly go around turn 5, I think I could easily shave off 2/10 off my time, like from my quickest times, because I just happen to have a really hard time coming that corner. I feel like I don't brake enough for it. In the reverse, I know you're supposed to brake quite a bit, but in like regular formation, I don't really brake much. So I think I should brake just a tad, a little bit more, just to let the car turn. Like it's like I'm really kind of locking, getting too much lock when I turn. If you can see from here, see here I go really wide. I guess it was just because I didn't want to make a move on him. I should have went wide and cut in late, kind of like the good old what's it called? What does Super GT call it? The good old, I can't remember the name, but just kind of get on the inside of them to get the outside, because in turn 6 it's actually really good to be on the outside, because for turn 7A and 7B, you get the inside of that turn and you can kind of go wide and have yourself on the inside for the final corner. So that's kind of like how I try to make moves sometimes. It's not really the best. I don't really able to make it all the time, but we kind of try. Coming to the second last lap of the race, we actually hit one other back marker, but I saw the guy in second kind of make a move. So I was like, well, if he's going to go for it, I'm going to go for it, and the back marker won't really have anything to say. So as long as I was on him, I was able to get through the gap that they made, and thank God I kept that gap. I took that gap because, as you can see, I was still able to keep up with the guys. The guy in first is kind of actually not running away with it, but he is starting to make more of a gap, and as you can see, I'm kind of losing to the guy in second as well. Now it's kind of a washed race here. I was trying my best at this point just to try to, wow, am I going to puberty or what? But I was just trying to keep up with the guy in second. He kind of was pulling a little bit off for me, but I make a great turn 4 actually. We were really able to make up some ground there, and then turn 5 again, I go a little bit wide. There was a lot of momentum and wasn't able to hold speed there. We come up against another back marker here, but again, they're kind of, I don't want to say they're slow, it's the wrong thing to say, but they are kind of slow, so they do take the lines kind of improperly. And with that, coming around the last corner here, we aren't really able to pass second. We actually kind of go off course slightly, and it slows us down, but I was pretty happy with the race. Felt very consistent, and I think we did pretty well for who we came up against today. Alright, so we just finished that race, and let me tell you what a race that was. I felt like fantastic. The cart didn't move, so that was great. I tried stealing some of the tricks the guys in front of me were using when they were like hopping in front to try to make up some speed after turn 4, I think it was. I don't know if it helped, but I definitely stayed with them the entire race. I don't know how to explain like how I'm feeling right now, because the guy in first place is probably debatably one of the best guys that comes to like this racing thing here. He's younger, I think he's a couple years younger than me, and he weighs like 125 pounds or so. So he's very, very quick, and I was somewhat able to keep up with him and the guy in second. Definitely the guy in second. I tried making a couple moves, but I didn't want to like off him too hard and just take him out of the race. So I was kind of trying to make a move, but I never really could find a move. That's like one thing I need to work on, is trying to pass people. I can definitely keep up with most of the packs that get here,
Just I'm not good enough to like make a proper move, not able to like carry speed certain ways to pass people. That's what I need to work on. But the race went really well. Nothing really crazy happened. Just it was just more of a crazy race just because of how close we were. 1, 2, and 3 were all within like a second of each other, more or less. At the end of the race, it was a little bit more spread out because I tried to like make some moves here and there, but it didn't work out. Also near the end of the race, there was a bunch of back markers. We had 2 back markers, which was kind of funny how I was actually able to pass back markers in the race. It was kind of like, it's kind of, you know, I didn't humble myself because it made me feel pretty good that I was able to pass back markers. Then again, they weren't going too quick. I think they were kind of learning everything still. So there's that as well. Also for the second heaviest guy in the race, I think I did pretty good. And those guys are pretty light, at least I think they are. I'm not really sure. I'd have to double check, but that doesn't matter. But the race went really well. I'm really happy how it went. This season's going fantastic. 4 races, 4 podiums. It sounds better than it is, but it's okay. But I've pulled 1, 2, 2, and 3 and 3, and I've come podium all 4. So I think we're off to a fantastic start this season. I think a top 25 finish, like I mentioned before, is still very possible with these finishes. I don't know how tough it is in top 25-ish. I'm not really sure too much, but we'll find out later. I have to charge this battery because it's kind of dead. I didn't charge anything on the way here. The only thing I charged kind of was my GoPro just so we can get the footage. Hopefully I don't delete that footage like I did last time, knock on wood. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna go to the podium ceremony because it's kind of late and I'm tired and I had a really bad day today, but we're not gonna talk about that because we did well today at racing, and tomorrow actually is the start of my autocross this season. So I'm in 2 autocross groups. I'm gonna be the one with Pitto last season. I'm gonna be with also a new group, PATA. PATA is tomorrow. It's Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy, I think is what it stands for. 99% sure about that. First event is tomorrow. I'm in one of the lower groups again just because the C.R.K.C is bone stock and it only has tires, so that's probably why. Also the point system is a little different. It's not like just if you have low power stuff. There's kind of like a points thing, kind of like you get the horsepower divided by 3 and stuff like that. I'll explain it tomorrow better. I'll put like a thing up so I can explain a little bit better how the points and stuff works. But yeah, anyways, tomorrow's another racing day. Gonna get home, get a nice night's sleep, and we'll see how that goes. But besides that, I'll see you guys at the podium ceremony. And with that, also, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you guys next time.